For a boy who has all the money in the world, you'd think he could afford a good toupee.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
Welcome back, friends, to another video. As usual, we're gonna watch 3 episodes of Smallville. We are on season 2, episode 13. So far, I have not been vibing this season. It feels like a lot of filler episodes. There have been some bangers in there, I'm not gonna lie. And there is like an overarching story, but I am losing the will to go on because this romance sucks so bad between Lana and Clark. As I mentioned in my previous video, we are gonna be speed running the rest of season 2 and into season 3 because I just need to get to Lois. I just need a female character that I can root for. For you guys, you are still gonna get a video a week. For me, I'm gonna be watching like 6 episodes in a day. Anyway, let's get started with the first episode we're gonna watch today, which is called Suspect.
Out of love always takes place beyond good and evil.
Is there a machine like that that really works? Because I could really use that in grad school. I don't want to read books with my eyes like a peasant.
Martha Kent is no longer in my employ.
Really? Didn't we just say that she was gonna stay with him and working with him, you know, keep your friends close but your enemies closer?
If you hadn't been working for Lionel, then we'd have no way of knowing that he was keeping tabs on Clark. Maybe we should take a page out of the Luthor playbook.
Oh, the Kents are getting smart now. I like it. Keep your friends close, but your enemies closer.
Didn't I make it clear? The conversation is over.
Who are you talking to?
Bye, bitch.
This could work for us, honestly, because he's getting a little bit too close to Clark's secret. Nobody cry. This is fine. I don't believe it was you. Not our DILF.
Step out of the truck.
Oh, he was drinking. I still don't believe it was you. Not our DILF. That rain looks very fake.
As a friend?
This is a red herring. We're being misled. This is the second time we've seen Jonathan Kent in orange.
Well, I'm sure that's what he wanted you to think, but you always have a choice, son.
I was protecting you and Mom.
I have no idea how it wound up in my hands. I stopped by the Wild Coyote for a beer.
That's not the same bar that we saw in the episode Red.
Next thing I know, I'm out on the side of Highway 91.
Lana told me that Henry Small used to be a criminal attorney.
I don't know how trustworthy Small is at this point.
I'm gonna find out who did this.
You could stage a jailbreak. You know, it would be easy.
If the downstairs maid hadn't been awakened by the shot, he'd be dead.
That would not be a problem for us.
Loyal lapdog sitting watch at its master's door, secretly hoping.
He's a minion.
Who's to say you didn't try to finish the job?
How do you know that? I guess those anger management classes didn't take.
I'm sorry about your father, Clark, but I'm afraid I can't represent him.
Oh, I knew we couldn't rely on this man.
They don't need a list of names. They need someone they can trust.
A clown. That's clown shit.
Actually, they would like a list of names if he's not going to take the case. Lana.
Just when I thought I was getting to know him.
You've known him for like, what, 2 episodes?
I went by the mansion yesterday to drop off the Talon's quarterly tax bills, and your dad was there.
This bit of information, keep it to yourself, Lana. Definitely do not tell the police.
Roger Dupuis watch from me is equivalent to a Whitman sampler from you.
I did not understand the kind of shade that Lionel Luthor was trying to throw here, so I had to look up what a Whitman sampler was. Apparently, this is a brand of assorted chocolates, and then I looked up how much they cost, and they can range anywhere between $7 to $30 to $50. I guess the shade that Lionel Luthor was trying to throw was that Jonathan Kent is a poor man and he can only afford cheap stuff. But you know, I'd rather have the chocolates than that gaudy watch. Oh, that watch! That watch!
This town would be a whole lot better off if you weren't in it.
You're as much to blame.
This is not a conversation that you should be eavesdropping on, Lana, and I would very much like you to leave the mansion.
He threatened him, Clark. Look, the sheriff came by earlier.
You did not tell them this.
I didn't want to, but I couldn't lie. But I know him, and there's no way.
Well, at least we can take a little bit of solace on that. She doesn't look like she could even convince herself of that.
Found this watch on your bedroom floor. Is it yours?
To Martha with deepest affection, LL.
Martha, this is also the point where you stop talking. Zip zippy.
The bartender told me he got pretty drunk.
There are far too many flashbacks in this episode already.
Why don't you give me a double shot of that tequila?
Somebody is lying here, and I do not think that it is our DILF.
Well, I administered his blood alcohol test myself, son. He was a 2.0.
That's suspicious.
That's weird.
You have immediately become suspicious to me. I believe our DILF.
Oh, Luthor's a lying, miserable son of a bitch.
Whose flashbacks are these? Because they can't be Jonathan Kent's.
I'm not supposed to do that, Jonathan.
Come on, Mike.
This is a setup. He's been framed. We need to ease up on the rain towers a little bit because it's not coming across well in this episode. Have you not heard of an umbrella or a rain jacket?
We have eyewitnesses who saw
You know what? I trust Jonathan if he's going to kill someone to actually finish the job.
The police already checked this whole area. Hey, I need you to check my backyard sometime. I buried a jar of quarters when I was 10. Never could find it.
That was cute, that little smile. You know, it's a good thing his hotness carried him through season 1, because now that we're in season 2, more than a pretty face is what you need to get you by.
It's a bullet. We need to get the sheriff out here to dig it out. If that bullet came from the same gun that shot Lionel, maybe we can convince the police that my dad is being framed.
If he doesn't regain consciousness in the next 24 hours, he won't make it.
This is not a bad thing. Nobody shed a tear.
I found a bullet in a shack near where you arrested my father.
I don't know what it'll prove, but I'll get out there and have it tested.
Good job, Sheriff man.
I don't think his father shot Mr. Luthor.
Hey, you come through. Are you about to blame Lex? Okay.
Has been quietly approaching the LexCorp employees and buying up their voting shares.
Since when did we go from Luthor Corp to LexCorp?
All Lex had to do was wait until Lionel was alone.
At least now we have motive for Lex and we have motive for our DILF. But I don't think that either of them did it though. Chloe, do not write that article.
Sometimes being an objective journalist really sucks.
Why are these strips of red in her hair?
I found it really odd that your dad passed up an opportunity to take on a Luthor, so...
And she's got red and black in her hair. Oh, that is not a look.
Luthor Corp filed a complaint against Henry Small that got him fired from his firm. If you want explanations, you're gonna have to go to the source.
I don't care about this beat plot at all.
Dominic told me you got in a fight with your father just before he got shot. Why didn't you tell the police?
What is the tea? The girls are fighting! No!
Is this their first fight? Well, at least one that's gotten this heated. It's gonna be okay. I know this show has the track record of, you know, solving everything with a neat little bow at the end of it, so that's what we're gonna hope for.
Why didn't you tell me you had a fight with Lionel?
Because I was angry. Martha, I am so sorry.
For what?
Well, if she hadn't already quit working for Lionel, this would do it.
What jury could possibly believe me now?
I believe you. Not that that's gonna come from much.
I know this place.
Where is this bar? How far from Smallville is it?
Word was they never checked IDs.
How'd they keep it open?
Why is he acting like he's never been here? Flashback to Red K. Clark.
Right over the county line, and they don't check IDs.
Dude, this was like a bar.
I know.
Jonathan said he was gonna take care of Lionel once and for all.
I don't trust you.
There's no doubt in my mind he did it.
Ow! That temper passed down to Clark.
Clark, let him go. Be cool. Hey, look out!
Oh, this car was going flying. Save Pete, and his bad hairline. See, now you know that we're on the right track. Please tell me this is one of the cases where his shirt gets tore up. Oh, yes, it did. It is. Not as bad as it should be.
You all right?
Yeah, I think so.
The wardrobe department is like, we can't afford to keep messing up these outfits. You know what? Pete and the Kent's car insurance must be out the roof expensive.
If my father regains consciousness, he may be able to identify who shot him.
You think Dominic's involved?
Lex has done a 180 so quickly.
Something stronger than words.
There are far too many flashbacks in this episode, and I am now thinking that this is one of the bad Smallville episodes. After we just got off of like 2-3 really good episodes in the last video, come on now.
You never told me you wanted Lex back. Worked too long to let you take everything away from me now.
So many people waste so many years of their life giving up so much of themselves and their talents and their resources and their skills for employers and projects and causes that don't deserve it.
Dominic, he has motive to be the killer.
I was curious to find out why you wouldn't help one of my closest friends.
And that gives you the right.
Because you guys aren't that close.
I'm your daughter.
Stop it. Get some help.
No. You haven't known each other for that long.
Kansas versus Sutton, a murder trial back in the early 90s. 5 years after his conviction, his family has the evidence retested, proving he was innocent.
Oh, he sent an innocent man to prison. Oh, no.
I'd like to handle your father's case if he'll still have me.
Of course.
This whole, like, Lana with her father was just, like, a huge excuse to, like, involve her in the main storyline. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it.
He's expected to regain consciousness.
Oh, thank God.
Maybe he can ID the real shooter.
Well, that's a big if, given his blindness.
Oh, I forgot that Jonathan was blind and he can't identify the shooter.
For the bartender who could corroborate his involvement has disappeared. Now, without him...
Were you back at the bar? We're gonna find the barkeep? Is there a body in there? Is the...
Oh, man. Talk about sleeping with the fishes.
It's the barkeep man. Okay, pan up. Let's see.
Lex said his father moved to another floor.
Okay, camera. Move to the right. The second dirty cop we've had on the show.
You went to high school with my dad. So did Mike the bartender.
Okay, I'm just missing the motive part. I have missed something. I don't get the motive, but it's fine. I don't care for this episode.
It's the Luthors. They're like a cancer.
Is this the motive? You just don't like the Luthors? Did we just need an excuse to get the sheriff off the show?
It's hard to imagine working for a man who can enrage 4 people to the point where any one of them had motive to kill him.
Actually, not that hard to imagine.
So are we okay?
Okay, this is their first fight. They've kissed, they've made up, everything's fine now.
The sheriff and I simply had a misunderstanding.
Oh, okay. We're gonna explain things now. Great, thank you. I appreciate this.
These particular people sit on the board of my son's company, so they need a little incentive to sell their voting shares to me.
So I guess it did have something to do with Lex's company buyout situation.
You push me, and I just have to make one call. He, passed along your documented evidence.
Just as nasty, conniving, deceiving.
How does it feel, Dad, knowing you brought this on yourself?
But I didn't, Lex. You did.
Holy fuck! That was diabolical!
Everything is so wrong.
I forgive you.
Sounds like my mother. I just took a very long break to do something for work that I didn't expect to have to do. It's whatever. It's neither here nor there. Hopefully this will be better than the previous episode that we just watched. Oh, this is gonna be one of those episodes where we go clubbing, isn't it?
A rave in a cave.
I'm a poet and didn't even know I was rhyming those words.
Not the Kawachi Caves.
Clark's gonna go crazy.
She needs to be let in on the secret.
Chloe, these pictographs are sacred.
Do you guys know that the clay doesn't wash out of your clothes?
What a way to appeal to teenagers. Random.
I always thought you were hot!
This is gonna be an interesting episode, isn't it?
I have a bad feeling about this.
Hey, get down from there!
This will end well for no one. What is happening? I'm very confused, but that's okay. No, the way Pete's been acting, he's gonna reveal Clark's secret.
You're never more alive than the moment before you die. At least Travis had that.
Hey, you feeling okay?
No, he is not.
For a guy who can't get hurt, you never take any risk.
Shush, 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 shush.
Now that Fordman's toast, when are you gonna take a shot with her?
That needs to be on the road, not a sidewalk, please. Thank you. You know what? I have said this many times. Just date her, get it out of the system, let's move on. This is endlessly frustrating. I mean, I'm exhausted. Aren't you exhausted? Taylor Swift said it best.
And I'm like, I mean, this is exhausting, you know? I mean, we always assume that we have all the time in the world, but we never know.
Girl, bye. Bitch, listen. Fuck you.
The school counselor told me I need to look forward.
Maybe you should see an actual therapist and not just your school counselor, honey.
We should go on a date. Together.
No, God! No, God, please, no! No!
We've been down this road.
But if you don't want to go.
When?
That she would have been like, absolutely not at the whole red case situation.
Well, how about tomorrow?
Sounds like fun.
Stop it.
Icky. Icky. I thought we were gonna say friends after the whole guy who multiplies his body situation. That is what Clark told them.
Not many teenagers are interested in 500-year-old cave paintings. When I fired the security guard this morning, I asked him who else he'd let in these caves.
Apparently the security guard is really bad because he did not come through. A bunch of teenagers are coming down here and party.
I'm doing a term paper on the drawings.
That was a very bad lie.
Deciphering the Mysteries of Hieroglyphics by Dr. Frederick Walden.
I thought maybe we could go to Metropolis tomorrow and do some serious shopping.
You know, I already have plans with Clark.
Oh no, she's avoiding Chloe because of the situation. Goodbye to peace. There will be no peace on the show.
Look, Chloe, if this is gonna be too weird for
No.
you...
My feelings for Clark are so ancient. Lana, does it really matter how I feel?
Okay, Chloe, we are going to need to grow a backbone and find a different man.
I'm glad we cleared the air.
Me too.
These loans are very expensive.
You know, we might get a school.
When are we ever going to see the upstairs level of this house?
Clark, Principal Reynolds called this morning. It seems...
Principal Reynolds, I thought that guy died.
Are your parents here yet?
They died.
I want your butt in this house every day after school.
I've got a date with Lana.
Oh.
A study date?
Not that type of date, sir. Well, at least Martha has his back.
Will you promise me that you'll get your homework done and your chores done before you set one foot outside of that door?
Absolutely.
The way that I have two feelings about that, you either go on this date her and make it go bad so we can never repeat the situation again, or just don't date her. I don't know. I'm in between two minds. The route I'm going is that I just want Lois to appear, hence the speed run of the rest of the season.
As I told your associate, I'm not able to take on any new endeavors at this time.
That guy is giving dweeb.
When you want the best, you simply pay them what they're worth.
You know, I want some of that Luthor money. There are things that I need to pay off.
Rarely sway me with the checkbook.
Well, he stands on business.
Doesn't appear to be native North American.
Any big plans for the weekend?
Gaslighter, denier.
Chloe, don't fish for information like that. Self-esteem. We need to build it, Chloe.
They did find a small puncture wound in the back of his neck.
I know I need to get him to a doctor.
Yo, Clark! What's up?
I'm gonna need this actor to tamp it down. I know he's supposed to be acting crazy, but he doing too much. That bus didn't even stop.
That was amazing! Let's do it.
Okay, now the bus stopped.
If you take one more step, I'm gonna tell all these people your secret!
That is not the way. That is not the way.
He's an alien! He's an alien! I'm not right!
I said Pete couldn't be trusted.
Whatever happened to Pete started in this cave. I'll check out the other chamber.
Oh, she's about to get bit too.
This cave is off limits. Why don't you find somewhere else to make out?
As for your snide remark, people haven't made out in this cave since the 20th century.
Disgusting! Disgusting! Chloe, please don't go and try to kiss Clark.
Honey, you've got a big storm coming.
With all due respect, Professor, I was the one who found the caves. I don't care if you discover the Shroud of Turin, kid.
Okay, now we don't like him anymore. Mm-mm.
I want those photographs.
Take your own.
Okay, Clark, put two and two together. Something's wrong with Chloe.
Why didn't your dad call my parents?
He's overacting and then getting secondhand embarrassment. Oh.
There's something inside of you. You need to come to the medical center with me right now.
Newsflash! I know your weakness. Oh my God.
You would not do that to a friend.
How could you do this to me? Back off.
Exactly.
I'm serious. Come near me again.
They needed to tell this actor to turn it down a notch. Absolutely not. That looks kind of dank in these caves.
Found an estimate behind one of the glyphs.
Is it some kind of Kryptonian parasite?
But I think it's meant as some kind of warning against intruders.
That's nasty. I don't want to look at that bug anymore.
The woman was too stunned to speak.
Corporate needs you to find the differences between this picture and this picture. They're the same picture.
What's happening? Okay, Clark, put 2 and 2 together.
So what can I do for you?
This went into a very sexual way very quickly, and that's not the vibe from this show.
Chloe, I'm sorry that you're angry with me about this date. I thought we knew where we stood with each other.
The way that I would not stay friends with an ex, no.
Hey, you're early. I'm expecting you for another hour.
We still gonna go on this date?
Lana, I can't go out with you tonight. It's Pete. Something happened to him at the rave, and if I don't get him to hospital, he could die.
The way that if I was Lana, I would be like, no, man, no, we're done. We're not even friends anymore.
Chloe, we were supposed to meet at your house.
Pete, how are you feeling?
Awesome. Never felt better in my life.
Clark made it sound like you're on your deathbed.
Lana, the way that she just turns on this angriness about her is not,
Green means stop, and red means go.
Absolutely not. Oh, this episode got about to get messy. This is messy boots, messy boots.
Saunders gorge and jump the quarry. If we miss, Clark can catch us.
Let's do it.
Yeah, right.
That black in her hair is not flattering.
I'm surprised she hasn't figured it out already. Let's just say I'm not from around here.
I feel like Red Kid Clark would be a naughty in the you-know-whatsies. This is everybody on drugs. Everybody on drugs in this episode.
This is your brain on drugs. Any questions?
I hope I'm not interrupting anything.
You are.
Guys, Tom Welling's back must hurt because he did not need to lift Allison Mack up like this. Also, how tall is Allison Mack? Because she looks so short next to him. I am frightened of this man.
For a boy who has all the money in the world, you'd think he could afford a good toupee.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
Have you ever heard of a phone? It's like you just barging in here like you own the place.
Or you could just put a door on that barn.
I'm gonna go into those caves whenever I damn well please.
Is this really about a term paper?
You'd love to know, wouldn't you?
Liar! Liar! Listen. Liar!
Hey, Clark, what other superpowers you got?
Why don't you come back here and find out?
No, this is about to take a turn for the worse. Disgusting. Oh my god, I accidentally paused it.
Dang, Chloe. Never knew you had all that.
Stop. Make it stop. Make it stop. Make it stop. Make it stop.
Guys, get a room.
Where's the fun in that?
Disgusting. Please make it stop.
Stop before we go to the gorge.
Where?
The Talon.
I don't want to watch this anymore. This has gotten gross and disgusting.
We're not going anywhere.
Yeah, why don't you go get your manager?
Please stop. Please make it stop. Can I fast forward all of this?
Play a game of strip poker.
We don't have any cards.
No, this is not what we're about to do. We're not about to do this. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Oh, wait. I can appreciate the body, but no.
Chloe, can't...
Okay, thank God. Thank God. Thank God.
What?
Oh no, he's hot!
Don't tell me you're thinking about Lana.
The ab shot.
You don't have any real feelings for me, do you, Clark? I'm nothing more to you than your own personal search engine, and I'm sick of it.
This is about to ruin every good thing that's happening in the show.
Chloe, you have the parasite.
Lana's about to walk in, ain't she? Oh, there we go.
Lana, this is not what it looks like.
I was in pure shock. I thought I might have misheard.
Oh, and guess what? Clark told me everything.
Did she just slap his ass?
What happened to my little red rock?
I don't care what you tell people about me.
Clark's Achilles heel.
I officially don't like Pete anymore. This is absolutely not. No.
Who's Chloe and Pete?
I don't know. And to be honest, I really don't care.
This is the one episode that I'm going to root for Lana because this was right. yes! Oh, that was a clean catch, yes!
Joyride's over.
This episode was insane. It's one of the good ones, though. This episode gave me one thing I desperately wanted. Keep Lana and Clark apart.
So what do you remember about what happened?
We were in the cave talking to that obnoxious professor. I was coming out of surgery. Everything else is just blank.
That's convenient.
I didn't come here to see you, Clark. I came here to see my roommate.
So I guess your date with Clark was kind of a bust.
So now is Lana putting the two and two together? That Clark indeed was telling the truth that they needed a hospital?
I caught him making out with another girl.
Who was the girl?
I didn't recognize her.
Here we go again, crying in bed, what a familiar feeling.
He knew exactly what to do to control you, and that's what scares us.
Scares me too, Mr. Kent.
But you've got some apologizing to do.
If you guys never want to speak to me again, I'll understand.
And you're still a member of this family.
That was cute.
You don't turn your back on family.
The creature's physiology is completely unique.
It's an alien.
Are you suggesting that these parasites are somehow alien in origin?
Is this how it all begins with Lex getting suspicious and getting close to Clark's secret? Hey now, hey.
What's this?
Don't dream.
My pathetic attempt at an apology?
I know why Chloe was kissing you. But why were you kissing her back?
I hate this love triangle. Make it stop. And the world feels together. I just know that song is Don't Dream Is Over, I think. We're starting to lose daylight. I'm just wondering if I should immediately jump into the next episode or take a break. What time is it? No, we're gonna immediately jump into the next episode.
Wait a minute. Who are you?
Hey, it's the guy from the Vampire Diaries. This is obviously well before Vampire Diaries. Must be casted in that after this. I actually don't know when the Vampire Diaries came out. I should stop talking. Oh, is he cheating? He is cheating. Stefan is about to get in trouble. Is it Steven Salvatore? I don't remember. I did not watch a lot of Vampire Diaries. Time to run. I don't understand this cold open. Somebody please explain. What does he have to do with the story? Oh, you guys got him.
Who the hell are you? Rufus!
I'm your brother.
You playing with me? Okay. It's been a few episodes since we heard of Lucas Luthor.
Then where is he?
He died.
I guess Lex didn't believe the dad, or Lionel, when he told him that it was dead, and he went a-searching.
Oh, sure is peaceful in here this early in the morning.
Have we made nice? Seems like it.
Just a job.
You don't have the best track record when it comes to keeping appointments.
I have to agree with her. This is a bad idea.
I can put you in the running with the other applicant.
Like, I wouldn't even try it.
Hello, Dad.
So is Lucas going to become a fixture in this show now?
I thought you might be interested in meeting your youngest heir.
He's a given asshole. Not Lionel, Lucas.
Imagine my surprise to learn that Lucas was alive and well.
There is something afoot and I just cannot pin it down.
It was generous of you to set up your living trust so any heirs would automatically get 10% of your Luthor Corp shares.
The way that none of the shareholder stock selling company moves is going into my brain is it's not processing at all. I don't know how any of that works.
I'm probably not gonna get the job anyway.
This is Lucas.
Oh, Clark would know all about Lucas since he was mistaken for Lucas.
You want to shoot some moves?
Yeah, sure.
Is the Vampire Diaries guy a short king?
You can hang out here if you want. You and Lexi and Chloe. They're like brothers.
That's an awkward statement to make.
If he was raised by your parents and you were raised by Lionel, you wouldn't grow up to be different people?
Yes, you would, very much so.
But if you were left totally alone, abandoned by your parents, how do you think you'd turn out?
Extraordinary reports coming out of the Soviet Union. Tales of a being with powers and abilities far beyond those of mortal men.
Check it out.
Oh, one-on-one action. You know, Clark, you can do that. You can, yes. This would be an enjoyable scene to shoot. Tamp down those muscles. Yes.
Make me like Mike.
Rocket Man. We don't want anybody to get hurt.
I do not get the subcontext of this. Is he jealous of Lucas? You know, maybe this is why his dad always told him not to play football.
Sorry, man. No hard feelings, right? It's just a game.
I feel like this was a complete overreaction on Clark's part. Clark, man, that was not cool.
Bossing around Clark is the highlight of my day.
You know, I gotta give it to these two for still maintaining a good friendship despite their world revolving around Clark.
Everything you own belongs to me. I want you out of the mansion.
That is the
Don't be
reason
so sure
why he
about that,
found
Lex.
Lucas. Oh, 180. Lex about to go broke. Lucas is a double agent.
You are being incredibly naive if you think you can trust him. He's left me with nothing, not even a place to live.
Strange that the Kents would be his first pick, but okay. Oh, no, no, no. I never thought I would see Lex Luthor doing manual labor.
My family had a ranch in Montana. We would work right alongside the ranch hands.
Why is the Lex Luthor actor giving me gentle hands? Never done any cleaning or manual labor in his life. That could be so wrong, but that's just the vibes that I'm getting.
I trick Lex. I play along with your little game.
Ew!
$10 million to walk away?
This is a setup.
Don't be getting delusions of grandeur.
So this is not the real Lucas. This is someone hired by him to swindle out Lex's shares. But then I guess Lex found out and found him and brought him here. It's kind of a miss.
You told me you died as a baby.
But I'm still not worth your time.
Or is he the real Lucas? I'm now very confused.
Just sign. Please. That everything is in order.
Is this mofo not blind? Since when did that happen? The show is messy. Hi, Editing Lexi here to let you guys know that I now know that Lionel Luthor is not blind, and I have been slowing down moments in the show where he has been very sus. I don't exactly know which episode he became not blind. My best guess would probably be the one that was like the Die Hard episode where they're being held hostage, or maybe Suspect because he had to go to the hospital for that one and he fell, and maybe that like reconnected his eye thingies or whatever. I don't know. Please let me know what you think was the episode when Lionel Luthor regained his sight.
Dad. We both know you saw that ball coming.
How long has this mofo not been blind? Because now I'm wondering if he has saw everything that Clark did when they were being held captive in that one episode at Luthor Corp. I think we have big problems afoot.
Lex is the past. I'm the future.
I'm very confused.
Congratulations, Clark. You got the job.
The prodigal Luthor son returns, and to top it all off,
Why do they keep calling prodigal? Doesn't that prodigal mean someone who excels or, you know, is like gifted? Lucas is a scammer. Spending money or resources freely or wastefully on extravagant stuff, okay? Having or giving something on a lavish scale. A person who spends money in a reckless, an extravagant way. Okay, obviously I didn't know what the definition of prodigal was.
Metropolis United Charities.
Chloe said Lucas's file didn't even exist 2 weeks ago. Suddenly there it is.
That's suspicious.
Yeah, it's fine.
That's weird.
Oh, the Vampire Diaries guy, he isn't doing it for me at all.
When did he contact you?
3 weeks ago.
This episode is bad. I'm just realizing it now. The only good one we saw was the one, what is it, Rush or something, whatever, just now?
High school kids can track you down.
You mean your friend Clark Kent?
I'm gonna be up front. This is a filler episode. If you guys are following along and want to do a complete watch of Smallville, because you know that I'm heavily editing out stuff, skip this one. Just skip it.
Yeah, don't worry about it. You can make it up by taking these lattes to table 3.
Clark is about to get fired from this
I want
job.
you to fire him.
Oh, I spoke too soon.
Then I'll fire you too.
If you want me to quit, I will. Just leave Lana alone.
Oh, his poker buddies are back. Bullet time! Do the Matrix. Do the Matrix. Okay, just take the bullets out of the air. Don't let it hit you because we don't need people to get suspicious about hopefully your damaged clothes or not. We're just gonna flick them out of the way. Okay, so just don't turn around.
I heard about last night.
Okay, I haven't edited a whole bunch of like my reactions yet. And so now when I'm gonna edit, I'm gonna watch for any little clue that this motherfucker ain't blind.
I don't know how he reacted so quickly.
Well, Clark is a very special.
Oh, he knows something.
You think he's just gonna give up without a fight?
I'm confused. Is this the real Lucas Luthor, or is it just a stand-in? Someone that they are paying to act this way?
You get a cover for me, okay?
No, Clark, I drink coffee. I do not serve it. Clark.
Clark is about to get fired. For real this time.
Look, I gave you every single crappy farm job I could think of.
I'm not following this episode at all. I'm seriously missing something. How did you do that so quickly? Obviously they didn't shoot him. Did it hit him over the head?
Just awfully convenient, isn't it? Kind of like how Lex was able to track down Lucas.
Send my regards to your mother.
That's another plot hole. There was an episode that we had saw previously where Martha said she was going to keep working for Lionel Luthor, and then literally in the next episode, she wasn't working for him. The writers decided to get messy.
What the hell are you doing?
Come on, Dad.
Gun down, Lucas. Put it down.
How do you know he's got a gun?
In what episode did he not or stop being blind?
You twisted son of a bitch!
Okay, think, Clark. How do we stop this without revealing our powers? Especially now that Lionel Luthor isn't blind anymore.
We've got a lot to talk about, son.
After you kill Lex.
Now that is a solution. You just killed your own son, maybe?
It's blanks.
Oh. He's like a triple agent.
Checkmate.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean?
I'm just gonna operate off the assumption that he was still blind during the hostage episode.
You're not mad.
Somehow when you let people down, you make it really hard for them to be mad at you.
Her backhanded compliments, not even a compliment, her backhanded statements.
Hope this doesn't change things between us.
I don't see how things are ever gonna change between us, Clark.
I'm still just very confused. Very confused.
How long have you been able to stay?
A few weeks.
You know, if I knew how time worked, I would be able to do the math and figure out at what episode he regained his sight.
I've always believed that family business should be kept within the family.
So that really was his biological brother?
I'm sorry that Lucas didn't turn out to be the brother you wanted.
What, did he just get kicked out of the mansion for a day? That was it?
Sometimes, Clark, we're all held hostage by the will of our fathers.
I don't get Lucas's motives for helping Lex. So many plot holes, but this is one of those episodes that if you look too closely, the whole thing would fall apart.
My father may try and rule the world, but yours will inherit the earth.
Okay, that was 3 episodes for today. I am very confused. We are losing daylight. There was only one episode that was actually good in this bunch, and that was the previous episode, Rush, where everybody was acting a mess. It was messy, but it was funny to watch. I am going to keep watching the next 3 episodes, even though I'm losing daylight. Hopefully these next 3 episodes will put me in a good mood to finish out the night. If you like this video, please give a like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in another video next week. Bye!